They call me They call me Don't leave me.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. $147, nice jump. Starting to climb back up. Bitcoin 435, 4,350. The volume, 24-hour volume, is still very low for Ethereum. Everything else as well. Ethereum's in second place with a $250 million 24-hour volume. Just going to look at seeing what's up. Probably been up all night, just savage work. You know, I probably had like 6-7 hours of calls this morning alone, squeezing in the morning show. Lots of stuff going on. Things are really starting to pop. Wow, Cardano came out. I think the market cap is very high for him to just pop up like this. A friend told me about this one, and I was looking at it, but I was just thinking, man, with that supply and that 24-hour volume with the market cap, it's a $500 million. Definitely, so many things are really about to pop. Chainlink going on to 50. I still think Chainlink. I think Chainlink's going to go up a lot. However, there's only a third of the supply out there. And right now, the market cap, I would say maybe a little artificially low. I think that there's going to be a chance that, because Chainlink is going to be very successful in my opinion. I'm just worried that it's a little bit too expensive right now for the fact that if this thing could easily hit $1, but then we're talking $1 billion market cap if we're talking the true value. So stupid. But basically, the circulating supply is the total supply is 1 billion, and they have some locked away with nodes, and then for the team. But you know that down the road, there's no saying how much is going to be in supply. So I'm not saying it's not a bad investment. I have some Chainlink, obviously, but just being wary of that fact. Have a possible big deal that I am working out. I'm going to be getting into more discussions about it this week. The deal's already worked out. I'm just preparing myself. It's definitely going to be a very nice swing for me. Just, man, Kit came out. Not doing the greatest, but you know, we throw our hat in the ring for that one. Also, I am yeah, doing some business development, man. I'm fucking just working like a savage. The OnG UI is absolutely. So basically, you know, Slack is going to be dust. No one's, you know, Slack is going to be a thing of the past. Sites like ICO Alert, all that, things of the past. Just giving you guys a little bit of the goods. You know, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but you know, RIP those two things when OnG the official launches. Already got the coins. Just a very nice ICO overall. Very undervalued in my opinion. Also have big announcement coming out from Vibe. They worked out a badass deal. They worked out a really good deal. Can't say anything about it. Just a lot of good things. This is, you know, everything's starting to permeate. You got a Spective, another VR tech that I really like. Got a live Q&A with Nicholas Live coming out in the leak. So this is going to be more of just a quick update video because there's just so much going on. What else is there going on? Live Q&A again with OnG. I'm going to have more of the team on that time. Obviously, the big deal that I'm working out now. This is going to be just absolutely awesome. Can't wait to tell you guys about that. Didn't have time in today's video to really break down everything, so I'm just gonna give a quick look at the market. Actually, the first time I've been looking at the market today. That's funny. I used to look at the market 100 times a day, but man, when you got your mind on something, you know, when you're really grinding, because it's funny, to make $1 million is actually pretty easy. It's not that hard. It's hard to make your first 10,000 if you're fucking off track. But once you get on the right track and realize how you do it, create value, master something, create value for free that gets you on the track to your first million. It's not that hard. It really isn't. If you learn how to save, you obviously got to learn how to save money. That's absolutely monumental. People just don't take the value in savings. People think if $100 and they don't save 10%, 20% of it, and act like, okay, well, I only have $80 to live on now. They think because it's only $100, they go back on that, man. You know, I've went hungry when I had saved money. I've had money in the account and no food in the fridge. So you have to first master savings, and then that's just a road to $1 million. But to get to $1 billion is much different. I was talking to my beautiful girlfriend about this, who looks like she's about to go work out. And it's different because it's a long desert. It's easy to make 100 grand and flip it over and over. But, you know, where do you go to flip 10, 20, 30 million? You can't do that, especially not in the crypto market. You know, where are you going to drop 30 million in the crypto market without crashing a market? You're not going to be able to liquidate that really without really hurting a market. So it becomes harder because you have to make your money in little chunks, and $1 billion is a far way away. So much respect to the billionaires who did it right, not the corrupt ones. That is going to be a grind, and it was easy peasy getting to the million, but to grind to get there, that's going to be something special. I'm opening up a Skype group, right, for everyone that. So I've been getting a lot of interest when I mentioned that mentorship program. It's not a program, it's not anything like that. It's just basically people that want to pay me to teach them shit. So I said, fuck that, you know, you can't pay me, but you know, I'm down to teach some shit. But, you know, you got to work for it. So we're going to go to a Skype group, and I'm going to, you know, it's basically going to be kind of like a tryouts deal. Everyone's going to be in there. We're just going to be talking. I'm thinking about doing like a once a week deal where maybe, you know, we all jump on call and I kind of just go over the basics of what I do and how I do it, and really just try to create value for you guys on a more personal level. You know, absolutely free. I'm not going to be fucking charging for this shit. But the people who really prove themselves and really shine can move on to the next, and that's when that's when they start getting paid. That's when they start making money, working under me directly or my team, and that's when the potential really unlocks to make some really good money. So nothing you can pay me, but definitely a chance for me to pay you if people are willing to step up. And there's a lot of value in finding, you know, find somebody like Nicholas, you know, find somebody like Dante. It's hard to find hard workers. I'm not going to mention everybody. Obviously, there's a lot of good people that I'm not mentioning, but hard workers are really hard to come by. People who are loyal and consistent. So looking for that. Not really. It's odd. You're starting to see the market pop up. It's going to keep doing this, in my opinion, closer and closer to the fork. I don't think the market is going to go crazy before the fork, but I also think I'm just betting that it's not going to be some crazy dip like it was last time. So it's going to be a really weird environment where the market cap's going to be, because, you know, we're almost at 150 billion. That's not bad, but we're not really seeing too much action in the altcoins. Just, you know, there's a lot of red going on and a lot of just break even stuff. You know, if you're looking going on down the line, more than half are in the red or break even. And you're going to see a lot of that, especially, you know, look for some of the ICOs after they're done. People are, you know, people want to quote unquote make a little bit of money, but people want to quote unquote make a little bit of money, and then they're going to probably look to get into Bitcoin. It's just very, very hard for people not to go Bitcoin. I can understand it. They're going to get 2 Bitcoins. And so the reason why is because people really want a surer bet. And people are like, well, if I get into Bitcoin, I know I'm going to probably make money because we're going to have 2 Bitcoins, yada, yada, yada. And instead of staying in a coin that can boom at any moment, because what was happening to the market, we could say, you know, back when the big first dip happened and all the altcoins had ceilings on them, it's happening again. And what's happening is after that ceiling is removed, meaning the fork is done, people are going to have their double Bitcoin. So this is what happens. This is what I fucking learned last time. It was a brilliant observation, because what happened last time, everyone was dumping their alts to buy Bitcoin. They bought Bitcoin. They got their 2 Bitcoins. They dumped their Bitcoins, or at least their Bitcoin Cash, a lot of them. And then they had more Bitcoin. And then they're like, man, I got all this Bitcoin and look at all these cheap altcoins. And then they immediately jumped onto the altcoins because there was nothing more exciting. They didn't figure Bitcoin was going to go up in value that much more after it had already doubled, right? Because Bitcoin usually, once it doubles, it doesn't double again. So once it doubled and people, it hit 4,000 for the first time, people are like, man, I got Bitcoin Cash, I got this. And Bitcoin Cash was like 800 at some point at one time. People were selling that, and then they're buying back in the dollars. So that I see the exact same thing happening. I see Bitcoin coming, people dumping whatever version they don't want. Now they have a lot of Bitcoin. They realize Bitcoin just went up in price and probably is going to stay there for a second. But yet you have all of these altcoins that people were neglecting, and it's going to be kind of a race. It's a very tough race though, because it's going to be very, you're going to have to be like quick lightning to jump on that, because the altcoins are going to jump immediately afterwards, in my opinion. It's going to be a huge Batman head, in the sense that the altcoins were up here, right? Remember, we had the altcoin boom, and then they came down because of Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going up, and then you're going to see it after the Bitcoin fork. When people start, you're going to see another boom. And then, of course, the ebb and flows of life create Batman hits. That is my technical analysis for what's going to happen during the fork. How am I going to play it? How am I going to play it? For one, I'm not really looking to sell any altcoins right now for the Bitcoin. And the reason being is because I'm not getting enough for it. It's not enough for me to risk selling altcoins that I know are valuable for a cheap price to get into Bitcoin. Then I have to deal with the fork, because it's not like it's going to be super easy just to, you have to go through all the shit that you want with Bitcoin Cash. And, they're probably going to say, hey, test the wallets, make sure everything's safe. So, it's not going to be like, Hail Mary, I'm just going to jump in with all these things. So it's just too risky for me to want to sell what for a time loss, at least. Even if I'm in the profit, it's still how much I've been holding these coins, a major time loss, for especially for all the work that's being done for a lot of the coins I'm holding. All that's going to come to fruition. All the work is that's been, the time. I tell people about it all the time. It's the time that matters, not the graph, what's happening behind the scenes. And you have to understand there's like a ceiling on all the altcoins right now. So it doesn't matter how much work is being done. You can come out with the best coin ever. But however, when the profits are made into Bitcoin, anytime people can make money off of Bitcoin and then get a cheap altcoin, that's when you're going to see the boom. So I'm going to probably just hold on my altcoins, but I'm also in the part where I have Bitcoin and altcoins, so that's fine. If I was the old me, and I didn't have as much, I would think I would probably be looking for the cheap altcoins deals now before the fork, like I did last time. What I did last time was I went with things like Basic Attention Token. Dude, there was so many coins, but that was one of the ones I went really hard on, because during this crash, you don't need to diversify during the crash. You need to find 1 or 2 coins that are very, 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 very undervalued, that are undervalued. I knew Basic Attention Token was undervalued. It was by far the one getting dumped, by far the hardest. I was getting it for ICO price almost. And now it's like 25 cents, but it had been at like 30 cents, went all the way down to 4 cents. And people were just forgot about it. And I was like, oh, that's how humans are. But there was still the core whales keeping it up at 4 cents before it went even under ICO price. Probably did go under ICO price on some of the dumps that I might have missed. That's what I would be. I would be looking for 1 or 2 altcoins that you're like, man, this thing is so fucking cheap. It's basically free. And I would stock up on that and say, fuck trying to make money off the Bitcoin. I'm going to get this, because afterwards, those coins are going to boom. And if you're not quick enough, you can miss out on some life-changing money, as to where you're not going to make life-changing money on the Bitcoin thing. Yeah, you might double your money at best. And woohoo, right? At best. But I mean, think about if you got Basic Attention Token on the last bloodbath for 4 cents. Just imagine that. 25 cents now, that's semi life-changing money, depending on how much you put in, there's a lot of coins that can do a lot more right now, and there's just a lot of good coins. So that would be my advice. Going to keep this one short. Stay tuned, because there's going to be some new updates to come. I'm going to kill it here. Cheers. Peace.